Welcome, everyone, and thanks for joining us today. We're live in the Ventrata office here in Lisbon. Javier and I are surrounded by our kiosk lineup, same devices the product team uses for testing and development. I'll be moderating today's session. Before we begin, just a bit of housekeeping. This session is being recorded. You'll receive, obviously, the full recording afterward, wherever you're watching, LinkedIn, YouTube, StreamYard. Drop your questions in the comments. We'll bring them to discussion or address them during our Q&A session. So here's what we'll cover today. Why kiosk adoption is accelerating, how kiosks perform across attractions and tours, hardware options and customization. We're also going to do a live demo with Javier using the devices here in the office. We're also going to share what's next for Terminal, and we'll do Q&A at the end. So I'm Manuel Rodrigues, Enterprise Customer Success Manager here at Ventrata. Here with me in Lisbon is Javier Gomez-Acebo, Terminal Product Manager.
Hello, everyone.
So you're not the only terminal product manager, right? So there's also Tomas. Can you walk us by why that is and how do you split responsibilities?
Yeah, it's a new addition. Mostly hardware. Terminal point of sale is one of the oldest products, and it's been growing basically since the beginning. There's been a lot of development, and one of the things that we've seen within the product team is that it might make more sense to focus certain areas. Tomas was a talent that was available this summer, and we had to just jump ship on getting him in.
Great.
What he is doing right now is just focusing on more what we're calling terminal, or like just the point of sale, all the logic, everything with which traditional operators have been using, everything more point of sale, everything that is just the UX and the business logic.
Yeah.
And right now I am taking care of the thankless job of hardware.
Great. You always do a good job on that. So great that we have also added Tomas to the team. It's a great addition. Yeah. So following up a bit on that, how did you end up handling hardware here at Ventrata? Tell us a bit about that story.
Well, it was the sort of thing that, again, it's a bit like the same reason why we got Tomas in. The product team has been growing, and at some point, someone had to take care of all that is Terminal. The main problem with Terminal is the amount of legacy that it has, the amount of functionality that's been inheriting, and so at some point, better someone from the inside than someone from out.
Good, great. So let's talk a bit about the topic that brought us here, like self-service and kiosks, of course. From my view, from customer success, we're seeing a big rise in kiosk interest, not only from attractions, especially from attractions, because it is a big ask from them, but also from tours as well. So could we just talk about numbers first? How big are kiosk sales today?
They're still relatively small, but that's because we are competing with the bread and butter, which tends to be, traditionally it's been sort of for Ventrata at least divided into three: distribution, online, and point of sale.
Exactly.
Distribution in the past 2 years, especially since Dominic joined, has grown massively, and I think right now represents about 40% of global sales. Mm-hmm. Some suppliers actually go into a lot more, and it might represent north of 80%. And kiosks, basically, it's not very big because we don't have that many. I think there must be around 60 to 80, okay. But I'd say around 3 to 5%.
Okay.
I'm going to go like that because I haven't looked at the numbers, but yeah. Around $1 million per week is what I would envision, more or less.
That's impressive, with that number. So do you feel like there's a tendency for the traditional box office to fade away because of kiosks?
They have two very different roles. Box office, I don't think it will ever go away, even though a lot of our clients would like that to happen. But it just offers this customer service part that a lot of clients would want. There is a lot of the things, we will go through how the kiosks work, but you want to have people explaining what your venue is, what your attraction is, and especially the tours and activities, there is a lot of information that you need to be able to give out. So I don't think so. I do think that kiosks are growing just because of people are used to screens. And even though I have not in the past been a big proponent, McDonald's and fast food chains have done a lot.
That's the biggest example.
Yes, usually. And, people are used to going around, touching around. There you can put in some, videos and, screen shares. And little by little, I think this type of adoption, especially for queue busting, will probably increase.
Because it does eases the pressure on staff and also eases the pressure on queues. And following that, I guess it can start to become an anchor for World Cups, right?
Yeah, no, definitely. One of the things that I think will be rising, especially for the type of operations that have memberships. Once you are used to knowing and understanding the product, you can definitely just go on yourself and do your own stuff, and maybe get your own promotion, your own product, your own stuff. But it is signage. It is showing off your operation. Yeah,
great. Because it also has some benefits. It has some difference in performance versus the mobile, because not only it is a magnet for World Cups, it can also, because of signage and everything, but it can also be travelers that have no roaming, that have no battery on their phones, and they just want to self-serve. It can cater to that crowd as well.
Another thing that we've seen is, especially, I guess, especially English-speaking countries, which is what we have a lot of clients in the US and the UK. Not everyone to this day, I'm Spanish, I would know, right? Not everyone speaks English. And it does happen that a lot of people might have this sort of, unease into talking to someone, even if they might have the
staff badge
saying, I speak Italian and Portuguese and whatever. And so the idea of being able to interact with a kiosk that might be translated into their own language is also sometimes is a good thing.
Yeah, good. It is obviously a no-brainer for attractions. Some attractions are already used to it. But do you think tour operators also often ask if it can apply to them as well? Do you see it apply to tour operators as well?
I can. I would say that it is, there's like two things that I would like to say to tour operators. One of them is if they have queue busting abilities, having a couple of kiosks, even when people don't really understand, you can have someone in the middle that could be, helping out, also within a mobile point of sale. So it's a queue busting. But also, I think it makes sense if you have a place where you can draw attention to. So think about it, and in no way does it have to be related to this, but sort of like what you would see in bus stations or in terminals, right? Like in transport terminals coming in, they know where they're going, and you would always see a kiosk so that people can check their own, get their own tickets. With tours, it makes sense because some of these tours are sort of complex, and you can get all the information and then decide, does it make more sense to do the basic tour plus mountain range or just the beach tour? Or?
It does, and it does also provide, like, you have options to customize them. You can weatherproof outdoor options. Am I right?
Yes, that you can. It is we have outdoor kiosks, but it is they are different beasts. We're talking about weatherproof. Usually, you would need, or especially depends on where you are, right? Normally, people think that the worst offender for a kiosk is humidity and cold and
differences in temperature.
So you would always have an HVAC. In our experience, one of the biggest hardships that kiosks can have is sunlight.
Exactly.
You need to have screens that are very bright because you have to compete with the sun directly. And sometimes, they always are treated with chemicals that sort of protected, but still, it's
we can.
But yeah, we can definitely do it. We have done it, and you will see them. Like this is very small compared to the outdoor kiosks.
Exactly. Yeah. Good, because they're actually, it makes sense that they cater to tours as well, because they're useful for check-in, for redemption, for last-minute sales, for peak time traffic, queue busting. That makes a lot of sense. Yeah. So we're going to do, obviously, a demo, a small demo of what we can do with kiosks. But before that, let's talk about the devices around us. So these are the ones that the team uses for development work and testing. Can you show us a bit?
Sure. So, I mean, what we have here is only sort of a small selection. One of the things with kiosks is that everyone wants to have their own, well, not their own, but they want to have something that might be catered. These are sort of sort of like
floor standing and
but like sort of things that you can pick. There is always the option to get more professional, more customization within your
These are
kiosks.
standard. Yeah.
These are standard, and they go on 3 sizes: the 32, the 22, and this is actually a 15 inches countertop.
That's cool.
We normally do it in 22 inch as well, but the thing is that it was just a bit too big for here. But it makes sense that you would have a 22 inch to have, as much real estate for someone to play around with.
But you can also use it like on, even we were talking about box offices. It can perfectly stand on a countertop on a box office and help the staff like queue busting.
Definitely. And also this sort of thing, this size would be very interesting for will call. Sort of having you do all the, what we call internally, the manage your booking, checking in, signing waivers,
doing upgrades or something.
Doing upgrades. And it's just, as you say, close to the box office, you do your own stuff.
Yeah.
And the salesperson, the operator is just helping out, and maybe, again, for queue busting. This size is very convenient. It's very heavy. It doesn't look like that. It's got a
That's good news generally, right?
Yeah, because it can be windy outside. And this type, this is what we call an indoor self-stand kiosk. This is no way outdoor. This type of kiosk can also be wall-mounted. Some of them can also be ceiling-mounted, which looks really nice, I'd say.
That's interesting, yeah.
At the end of the day, all of these are on Android operating system, and so there's just, these are integrated tablets. This one over here is a touchscreen with a compute unit, and we will always have them with a receipt printer.
Yeah.
We have also done them with thermal ticket printers and removed the option of having a printed ticket receipts.
Okay.
In many legislations, this is mandatory, so we have to have it.
Yes.
And we always try to have a scanner. You won't see it working because it just like shoots up an
infrared beam, and then it will blind the cameras. So.
And it will break, our setup, and I think nobody wants to.
And of course, card readers as well, integrated card readers, so it goes with the payment flow.
One of the things when we do this demo, the card readers, we don't have any live card readers here, so we are not going to be able to demo that. But
understandable, makes sense. What about costs of these kinds of terminals? I mean, they vary because they're a bit different from each other. What are the cost ranges of these kiosks?
They can go from 2.5K, and then it depends. Like they can go north to 10K. We have clients who have had their own custom sheet metal made.
Okay.
You can just ramp it up.
Okay.
They tend to last, but you can put in a lot of money. Yes.
Yeah. So
if it represents your brand, it makes sense, and
So I guess they could come from low thousands to,
tens of thousands.
Tens of thousands. Yeah. Okay. Depends on customization options. Of course.
Yeah. What we usually offer straight off the box, it does not go up that much.
Exactly.
But
okay. Cool. What better time to go into a live demo of one of the kiosks here? What are you going to show us?
So we're going to start with this one. We will change over to the casting that we have over here, just because it looks a bit weird. Just touching back all the time.
Moving.
But just so that you're aware, it will do everything.
Will translate to the screen, right?
It will translate to the screen. Just believe that this is the way it works.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I believe it's a touchscreen. Yeah.
It is a touchscreen, and it is the real kiosk, the real deal.
Yes.
So basically, what you see here is sort of like the full suite of functionality we currently have. There are big plans for next year that I am not allowed to say, and I'm terrible. I usually spill the beans.
Yeah, don't do that. Yes.
But anyway, we'll just go through like the basic flows. One of the things that I'm not going to be able to show, obviously, is the scanner working, again, because it will destroy our cameras.
Exactly.
And I don't want to be liable for that.
So they are powerful, so no problem.
Well, I mean, yeah, they are. It depends on how long you use it. But yeah, basically, I'll do first a little shout out to our sales team who have prepared this. And this is basically...
Looks lovely, yeah.
Yeah, it's very nice. I don't know who got these. There's probably all AI, but still, it's very good. This would be the product selection.
So the purchase flow, right?
Yeah. It goes, sorry, you're right. This is buy tickets, just basically purchase something. This, what we're seeing right now, is an example of what would be the equivalent of a tour operator selling their tickets, right?
Yeah, the products.
The products. Okay. So the main flow is just basically the selection. This is a bit boring. Let's see if there's something with some more tickets. No.
You can choose.
There you
exactly.
go.
You have added the child 2 tiers. Okay.
So as anyone who's seen and played with Ventrata, you have as many units as you want. Classics will be this.
It's kind of a unified flow. You have your basket on your cart on the right hand side, or sort of it.
Yes, and then this is the taxes added here, and this is the subtotal. It's very straightforward. Right now there are no tours on this product, but believe us that there should be.
If there are tours, they will show up there. They have live availability as any other channel.
Do we have something here? Whilst we're at it, let's just try it. There you go.
There we go.
I think this is Houston, or Dallas or something like that. This is in Texas. So this is still time for that.
Bandit barbecue tours.
Bandit barbecue tours sounds wonderful.
Yeah.
And confirmation screen.
Okay. Good.
So this is, you could have some, we have not, I don't think we have over here any upgrade or
but
upsell.
If there's an upsell, it will prompt up here, and you can directly, without going back, customer can like we do on our other channels.
This is cross-sell and upsell, you always want to sort of, push people up the value chain.
Yes.
If I continue, then this happens just because we have no payments.
No payments.
Actually, the terminal that we have here, the payment terminal, is very old-fashioned. We don't actually use it anymore. This was in the back, but yeah.
So you'll just go into checkout. What about, you can also do booking lookup just for
let's do that
for the sake of it. You can also do for booking lookup. You could use that booking lookup for upgrades, for just do the check-in, that sort of stuff, right?
Yeah,
just completely self-attended.
So I don't know if you can see it here in my mouse. Yes. We play around. This is the basic manage my booking, but on kiosk.
Okay.
Basic because it's a bit more basic than what our management booking can do. And you can always change your time, and believe us that this scanning thing would appear.
Yes.
But you would enter your ticket ID, which I don't know if we have any, but
yes, we don't right now, but it would show like it shows on our app. So it basically would show your identification, the booking, and you can do the actions that our customers want to allow on that terminal, that location. So
if you have within this venue to a more simplified offering, like let's say you have a VIP or a VIP with champagne, and then you have the normal one, you can always have this to upgrade.
Yeah, especially useful, for example, even in that box office, again, circling back to that box office ecosystem, you can, sometimes most of the wall cups already have a ticket, but they just want to change the time or change something on the reservation. With this, they can do it self-attended, right?
Yeah, so indeed, and that's one of those things, not every operation would want to have a rebooking, right? So this is where you would get people to change the time or do whatever, And also, because even if you can rebook, sometimes you want to have, even if you have multiple tours, you want to have tours that have an extra cost because they're just more desirable. The classic sunset tours or sunrise tours or whatever, right?
I can also see sign waivers there, which
Right.
is a good one, I think, for walk-ups as well that need to sign the waiver still.
So this is something that I'm just showing you because normally what you would do is just scan or enter your ticket, but because we don't have a ticket ID,
Yes.
it is also part of the booking experience. So if you need to, say, go on, and I think we're using a rafting example here.
Okay.
Yeah. So rafting or something where you might get into bodily harm
Exactly.
if you're a bit clumsy as I am.
You're not alone on that.
Well, as we are, yes. when you go through the experience, the flow at the end. All right, let's go for tomorrow at 8 a.m. because we're early bird catches the worm. And one of the things that you would be able to do is sign the waiver. The waiver is basically this, so you can read through everything. Nobody does, and I'm not going to blame you if you don't.
Yeah. Usually we just scroll down and sign,
yes.
right?
Now, on this case, this is a waiver per person. You can always have as well a waiver per booking,
Okay.
Which would be something like, I'm assuming, if you go into this, there's no refunds, right?
Okay. Yes. It can be that.
Yeah.
Not just bodily harm, but just
And this would be minor acknowledgements and medical care and stuff like that.
exactly.
Nobody reads
Depends
it.
on the activity.
And then you can also add certain fields. As you can see, normally you would probably see it here, an asterisk telling you that, this is mandatory. We want to know your date of birth.
Good.
So
It's universal, right?
should I do my date of birth? Let's date myself.
Oh, you can't go back from that.
And email address in case anybody wants to ask a question. And just to show that this is actually a real thing.
And then you can sign it up there, and you'll see it on the screen. You're
All right.
nice.
I know, right? I was trying to write Manuel, but didn't really get anywhere.
It will pass.
It will pass.
Yes.
Again, we have the same one for adult number 2. By the way, if this is something that you have bought online and it is prompting you to sign your waivers, you would see the name. So over here would be Manuel Rodrigues.
Okay.
In which case, it's just adult number 2. I'm sorry. That's your name.
Yes.
And I don't know your. I'm just gonna do a smiley face.
There you go.
That's Manuel. And I guess there was a youth. All right.
And then a youth. That's. I mean,
Dominic.
That's me.
All right, Dominic. Beautiful Eastern
that's
European handwriting.
your best work so far.
I know, right? It looks like Ronnie, but it's Dominic.
Yes.
And now we will get our dreaded no.
Yes, because of the payment gateway, not a test.
Anyway, sorry.
So on customization, we can fully brand these kiosks, right? They are fully brandable.
There is sort of a limit. So certain things you can do. One of the things, we've been very lazy. Things that you can do, let me just go and reset this. Things that you can do. Obviously, this is a screensaver.
Yes.
It doesn't look like it. I mean, I don't know if anyone's noticed that it sort of like pops up the buy tickets.
Oh, nice.
But this could be its own video. Right now, we're just limited to sort of one video, one image. We are thinking of sort of adding more ability to that. I don't know, maybe in the future we might want to have like, it's Taco Tuesdays, and then you have a taco there.
Yes.
Or whatever. But yeah, so screensavers are a big one. You can have, these are per terminal, so you can have a different one per terminal. If they're all in the same place, they will be synced.
Oh, that's really good, because some of our customers may ask that, because if you have them side by side, it's always good to have them synced and not to be like disruptive in that
it looks
bad
weird
way.
Otherwise.
Yes.
Anyway, so this is sort of the first thing. Obviously, your logo over here. Things that you can do, you can sort of have this just be, it's always going to be buy tickets, at least for now. So we don't have like sort of a will call just mode. And then you can decide whether you want to have waivers, ticket upgrades, change your time. But another thing that you can do is change primary colors, and then also add a font, a custom font.
Oh, that's good, because that's a big part of branding sometimes. So the UI can, which is good news, can differ not only by venue, like grouping some kiosks together, but just by kiosk as well.
Yes.
And per operator, of course, because it's the higher tier. So.
Yeah, we also have, we're still not totally sold this, but this is our language
toggle, yes.
Yes, cambiar mi hora.
Cambiar
right.
hora.
I don't think I agree with that.
You had to have Spanish.
But obviously, sign waivers, nobody thought about that. We don't sign waivers in Spain.
Really?
And then another thing that we sort of added is a ADA. That's right now only for,
yes.
I think you can see it here as well. It just pops down a bit.
Hopefully.
Right now, this is just for wheelchair accessibility, but as part of next year, we want to have also visually impaired accessibility. So,
so you can basically, for accessibility, you can drop down all the icons, even the previous ones. I don't think we were sharing at the time. So it shows downwards. So because of the verticality of this kind of setups,
actually
it helps.
It does, yes. I mean, it is also, the thing is mandatory in our main markets, which is US, EU, UK, and we really need to.
So compliance is a big thing for us as well. So about reliability, mainly for remote areas. Like sometimes a big operational question that we get from our clients in customer success is, what happens if the network goes down? What options do we have?
It depends on the product.
Yes.
Some products would be offline always, and some won't.
Yes.
If you need to have availability, what the kiosk will not do is cache that availability. But if you're selling something like hop on, hop off, then yes, definitely.
Yes.
It would print out an offline barcode.
And it can also sync if it's like a small outage or temporary cutoff on the network. It'll automatically sync without the intervention of any staff. It will automatically sync all those and reconcile whatever it needs to reconcile. But just payments need to always have online, right? Card payments.
So that's actually a good question, and not necessarily. I don't know I can't remember how we've implemented it on the kiosk, but not necessarily. You can have, I think it's called pay forwards. I cannot remember, but there is the option to have payments be processed. There is high risk. Because
authorizations and 3D Secure and everything else won't cater to that.
Within card present, 3D Secure is less important because you're supposed to have the card.
Yes.
But it is true that maybe somebody just does this offline, then goes to the next place, and maybe gets wild with the oysters, and there's no more money. In which case,
that's a good example. Yes.
We've been privy to that, right?
Yeah. So it's good to at least have those options, even though it can happen. You can have an outage.
So we know about that in the Iberian Peninsula.
Yes, it was I think it was the main word chosen for the year was called the apagão, which is the big outage, roughly translating. So, it is what it is. Sometimes it happens. So before we go into a bit of Q&A, I would like to ask you, what's next for terminals, kiosks, and
what is next? Wow, there's a lot of things. I don't know what I can say. I'm really excited about
whatever you can say.
What is next for kiosks? So we are, and we still don't have sort of a plan of action, but we want to start implementing way more kiosk-y things on the kiosk. That's not really saying much, but right now...
More functionalities.
And more specifically to kiosk, right? So right now, everything that we have is just point of sale in general, and we want to sort of focus more on the kiosks. We think that kiosks, at least for our clients, as we grow and as they grow with us, are being important. We had, at some point, the thought that kiosks would be, useless. Well, not useless, but they would shrivel down in importance. But the truth is that we can see a lot of our clients not demanding, but inquiring a lot about kiosks.
Exactly.
So
I surely have in customer success.
Yes, you surely have as an old client as well. So, so things that we want to start doing is offering way more customization ability. I'm going to leave it at that.
Yes.
But yeah, there is a lot that we want to add.
Okay. Cool. So let's drop your questions in the comments. We'll take as many as we can. We have some questions here. So, how long usually does a kiosk rollout take?
It really depends. So we have kiosks that are retrofits, and we have kiosks that are sourced from us. The kiosks that are sourced from us, we can go through what we call sort of stand-in or like off the shelf, which are these ones. They come in parts. They would be assembled at the operation. And then we have the manufactured kiosk. Manufactured kiosks usually take around 6 to 8 weeks from order confirmation to deployment. And these can around 2 to 4 weeks, depending on how easy it is to source them. So yeah, from 2 to 8 weeks is more or less what we've seen in the past.
Okay, good.
We need to know, what everyone wants, what they want to, what they want to have with the
exactly.
kiosk.
Depends on the configuration and what
how complicated they want to be. If they have like proper thermal tickets, not like receipt tickets, like proper nice stock and stuff like that, and whether they need to have, I don't know. We've had fiscal printers, something that only exists in certain legislations, which is awful, but we need to comply. So if we need to add that, then we need to talk with a manufacturer that can allow for that. If it needs to be wristbands or like...
It depends on the configuration.
It depends on the configuration, yeah.
So let's see so we have Ainoa here, Ainoa. Pleasure to see you. Thank you. Pleasure to see you here too. In case we need maintenance for this type of kiosks, does Ventrata provide such a service?
We don't per se provide sort of like maintenance. We will process breakage and RMAs when it is within the warranty period. Some of our kiosk manufacturers do that, and we can offer, we can bundle the services as well, and they will go, and some of them will even go and replace kiosks or even repair kiosks on site. These are expensive packages, but yeah, it can be done.
Okay, good to hear.
Good to see you, Ainoa.
Also from Logan. What options are there for a customer to self-check-in and redeem their booking? We are looking for a solution for a guest to scan their ticket to then get a printed receipt to keep with them that shows their ticket was redeemed. I think this is a bit of our bread and butter in the scanning part and the redemption part.
Yes, but the only thing is that we have traditionally sort of taken out redemption from kiosks. And the reason for that is that it was focused more on venues or so you would normally have a scanning.
Yes. And then access control, right?
Yes. So the access control and you have the ticket. So ticket would be only for sales. We don't currently do any redemption on kiosks. We might change this in the future. As I said, we have a lot of things that we want to do in the ticket, in the kiosk. But for now, no redemption. It just makes it way more rounded. We separate. You have kiosk is just self-service for sales.
Yes.
And then a bit like McDonald's, you get your receipt
just
for your burger, and then you get your burger and you exchange it for it.
Yes. So separated from access control, just optimizing it for sales.
Yeah.
So what about can operators retrofit existing kiosks they already have to work with Ventrata, and to what extent? This is a big one, because some of our clients may already have some kiosks or something like a kiosk. I mean, it's a big ask, but it can be a bit difficult to cater to optimize those older devices.
The difficulty is that most of the kiosks that we encounter, so I guess we didn't actually talk through that, but this is something that we should have said. We do everything that we do, all the development, when it goes to kiosk at least, is Android only. It's not even Android primarily, but just Android only. As Android only, a lot of the kiosks that are, I guess, legacy, they come in Windows. So just the computer part, what we call the compute CPU needs to be taken out and it needs to be replaced. A lot of the components that we use, so components would be scanners, would be printers, it would be the payment dongles, so to speak.
Yes.
Those we can sometimes keep. So we support Bokeh printers. We're starting to support Zebra printers, Zebra scanners. So those things, it would be something that we need to see point by point and see whether we accept that. And if not, then we would just have to replace certain things.
Yes.
The bigger ask is always about the enclosure, the chassis. That is the most expensive thing.
Yes.
So when we do retrofits, we try to remove as little as possible.
Okay, that makes sense. Yes, the casing is always, because it involves more material.
Metal sheets that you have to cut and stuff like that.
That's the most expensive stuff. Good.
Or like outdoor kiosks, they will always have their own HVACs, and we just need to put in all the other stuff.
Components. Yes. So I think following a bit on that, we have a question here from Wanda Griffith. Let's check. What about kiosk functionality on a generic system like an iPad, not a specific Ventrata terminal?
We have certain limitations on this. The limitations are mostly due to payments. There is very little that is certified on iOS. So this is like a piece of Ventrata lore and history. The first terminal that we had was actually an iPhone SE that had this Verifone sleeve. And I don't know if you saw it back in the day.
Yes.
And then it would have a Bluetooth printer. We can do printing via IP. So this is everything connected through the network.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure we could do payments as well through IP, through local network. It is not something that we want to focus on because of the limitations that currently iOS brings into the table. It's great hardware, but it's very expensive, and to do it at scale for our clients is difficult. I mean, I am a full Apple user, so I know the pains. It is now. I don't know if we will continue supporting this in the future.
Okay, good stuff. So from Luca LaRouche,
hello, Luca.
Hello. Can a guest that reserves online be able to print their ticket from the kiosk to access the site?
Definitely. So let me just go. I don't know if we can get the double screen there again.
We can actually.
There you go. So basically, this is what you would do over here. Even in Change My Time, I know that it is not a great name, but you could just get in here, enter your ticket ID. Well, you would probably scan it, so you wouldn't enter your ticket ID.
The scanner.
And then this would show up your booking, and then you can either change your time or just print it. But this is exactly what we want. Yes. If you're asking, if I'm saying, and this goes to Luca and to everyone, our dream is to go full paperless, full ticketless. That is what we would love to do in the future. We still have lots of plans and lots of exciting things in the future to talk about this. For now, it is, as you say, Luca, it's all about printing, but hopefully not in the future.
So we have time for a last one here. Do kiosks reliably improve upsells, in your opinion?
I think it does, yes. The data that we have right now says that it does. It's a catchy thing. It is, as I think we mentioned, like somewhere between 3 and 5%. So I think we should revisit this question in 1 year's time. But I think that from what we've seen, it does,
Okay, makes sense. More comfortable, whatever that we spoke about for queue busting, for box offices, people just can be a magnet for people, and they can naturally just do an operation in which they can, without confronting anyone, they can just upsell at their upgrade at their own time. Okay, so this is all that we have time for. Thank you so much, Javier. Thanks for joining us today. If you're considering kiosks, whether you're an attraction or a tour operator, as we spoke, reach out to your CSM. We'll guide you through hardware options, deployment planning, customization, and of course, go live support. If you're not a Ventrata client still and you're interested in learning more, visit our website and schedule a demo with our team. Follow Ventrata on LinkedIn for updates and future product webinars. Thanks again, and see you next time.
Thank you very much, everyone. Lovely questions.